Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Filmmaker interviews for the 23rd Annual Garden State Film Festival. My name is Mike Cassidy, and I will be your host this evening. We have a real treat for everybody today. We get to speak with one of the producers for the film First Rites. Marilyn, thank you so much for making some time to speak with me. How are you?
Thank you, Mike. I'm good. How are you?
I'm really excited to talk to you about your film. So,
Awesome.
great.
Me too.
So I just introduced you, but could you just, for the folks that don't know, just explain what your role was on this film and everything?
Oh, absolutely. So I work with my boyfriend making films. So Wild Dogs Productions was his baby. He started it in 2008. He started making features in 2008. He made about 25 shorts before that, but in 2008 he started making features, and when we met in 2013, and I started helping him with locations and other production things. We started dating about 6 months after that, but since 2013, I've produced 45 films. We just finished production on filming on a movie in November. So that was my 45th, his 60th feature. So we average 4 a year here in the Bay Area in California. And so he typically, I'd say probably 95% of the time, writes it, directs it, films it. He's the cinematographer. He's also the editor. He handles the sound design and the color correction. And then on my side, I handle the locate all the locations, casting, and overall production and on-site production, and I handle all the cast and crew. So between the two of us, we handle quite a bit of the heavy lifting. For First Rites, we handled almost all of it. We were the crew. So because we came out to California, from California to Michael had written a mob movie, old school like New York mob movie that he really wanted to tell. It took us a couple years to get out there, but one of the actors that we worked with here locally in the Bay Area moved to New York, and so he was sort of the catalyst for it. And his name's Jaron Anderson. He plays the lead in the movie, Vinny, and he's incredible in the movie, and he's an incredible human being. He helped us so much with introducing us to other actors that he knew, people in his class, his teacher, just all kinds of incredible people. And one of the actors who's also in the movie, Sean Hoagland, was like a treasure trove of info as far as like, here's a list of potential actors, and it sort of like snowballed from there. So we flew out there for I think we were out there for 14 to 15 days, and we filmed for 10, and then we flew home. And then Michael came home and sat here and edited for, oh my gosh, three and a half weeks, 10 to 12 hours a day until it was done. And then special effects, and we had it scored, and we were able to just get it in time because we just filmed this in August. So we were just barely like, I think I submitted it on October 31st. I think your deadline was November 1st. And so I was just able to get it in under the wire. And we were thrilled to be able to be chosen. The actors, some of the actors in the movie have attended the festival before, and they're super psyched about it. And we're really excited. But it was a really fun story to tell. It was a lot of work. I also handled makeup. For like wounds and whatnot, so that was fun. But everyone we worked with was just incredibly kind and generous with their time and their talent. It's been a lot of fun.
Wow, yeah. So I wanted to know a little bit more of what that dynamic's like dating the director of the film you're working on. Like, is it all sunshine and rainbows? Do you agree on everything?
It is. We have a lot of fun together. Yeah, there's definitely like we butt heads on things. I think it it's only natural and it makes sense that um, Michael, as a filmmaker and a writer and he's completely self-taught. Like, he realized a long time ago that he wanted to make movies and he didn't have the money to hire people to do it, so he better figure it out for himself. So he did. I come from a corporate event background. So for over 30 years, I've been handling corporate and social events. So for me, a lot of the production stuff just translated incredibly well. People, places, things. Not corporate money, sadly, but otherwise, and luckily I've built a really great family of friends over the years that come from all different walks of life, and they're incredibly kind and generous to give us their time and their expertise, and so we've gotten it really, really lucky and introduce us to other people, and so we've been able to build like this film family. And going to New York, I only knew one person. I only knew Jaron, but we worked with like 30, well, actually, including some of the other, one of the scenes that we had, probably close to 50 different people who are now part of our little film family. They're just a little
Right.
further away, but they were we work well together, but he is more of uh the go for it guy. He's more of the, ask for forgiveness later guy, and I'm more of the permission person. So it actually is a good balance, but sure, we butt heads. We usually figure it out. We always have, but I tend to be the more like, okay, logistically, how is this going to make sense? Yes, storyline wise, this is incredible, but like, how do we make that happen? Um, but I'd say we have many more good times than we do stressful times.
Matters.
It just, it's a push and pull. The one that we're going to be filming in February, we actually co-wrote the script together, so that was pretty fun. So it's been it's a really good balance. We butt heads, but we always figure it out, so it works well.
Sounds
Sort of the
setup.
balance
Definitely.
scales a little bit.
You mentioned earlier that this is a mob story, and for the folks who are watching who haven't seen your film yet and are planning on seeing it with us at the festival, could you just give us a small synopsis, a little bit of the story, without giving anything away? Uh, yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So the story follows Vinny, who is the son of a head of a mob family, and Angelo, who has two sons. Gio, who is at the beginning of the movie just getting out of prison. he's the loose cannon, and Vinny, who really isn't the guy to sort of take over for his dad. He's trying to groom him for that, but it's not really Vinny's style. And so the story is really about Vinny's journey through all of that, and the push and pull between the mob families. And there's also a dynamic that comes into play with a very bitter ex-cop who goes after the families due to something that happened in his life. He goes after the families to destroy them. So there's that piece that also comes into play while the families are warring against each other. But it's really sort of following his journey, and the way that Jaron played it is incredible, because it's really kind of a slow burn, and he did a great job. And the dynamic also between the father, Angelo, and Vinny and Gio, the brothers. I mean, you see them on screen, and they're, as far as you're concerned, they're family. Like, they sell it so well that it's hard to believe that they're not family, and especially the brothers, that they aren't brothers, because luckily they knew each other before from acting class, and and it's clear that they love each other like brothers already. So like, the dynamic was incredible. They did an incredible job. Matthias Kassar is the gentleman who plays Gio, and he did an incredible job. This was his first feature, which I'm super excited. I mean, that makes me happy when I'm able to cast folks that like, I mean, he's so thrilled, you know, about it in general, but the fact that it's like in a film festival and everything, like it makes me really happy, you know. And then the gentleman who plays Angelo, Flavio Romeo, he's local to Hawthorne, New Jersey, and he has a podcast and called the Towncast, and he's an incredible man. And we were able to get like some amazing actors. Neil Matarazzo is their Jaron and Matthias's teacher, and he came on board to play one of the head of the mob families, and it was just so
Wow.
much fun to watch.
It sounds like this
Yeah.
film was just an all around like a very meaningful experience. You know, like saying you feel like family with everybody. This might be a tough question, but do you have anything that sticks out in particular, like that you're like this was the best moment of filming and everything?
Oh my gosh. There were a lot of incredible moments. There's one that that I really, really liked, but I can't necessarily
Okay, that's
give
fair.
it away. Um, there is one scene that was out for I wouldn't say it was my favorite moment, but it stands out for sure because I have an incredible friend who lives in Belmar, New Jersey, and her name's Bonnie. And she allowed us to not only stay with her for a few days while we were there, but also film at her house. And there was a specific scene where an explosion happens and smoke's supposed to be billowing out of the house, and we're always sort of trying to balance the fact that some of the stuff needs to be done, you know, VFX wise in post, but it gets incredibly expensive.
Mhm.
Our VFX artist, Michael Martinez, is incredible, but it also is expensive to do. So Michael wanted to do as much as possible practically.
Yeah.
But yes, there was a smoke stick involved and a fan, and we managed to set off every smoke alarm in her entire house at like 10 o'clock at night, which was
Oh, there you go. Yeah, doesn't sound too bad.
the neighbors had been warned, but I think I might have given my friend Bonnie PTSD, but she was incredibly gracious and she's managed to get over it. And she's going to allow me to stay with her during the festival when I come out. So I think she's forgiven me, but it was seeing a bunch of grown men with towels in the kitchen going like this, trying to blow the smoke out of the windows. And I have video of that, so that's pretty sweet. I've got some behind the scenes.
Maybe we could see that footage someday.
Maybe it's in the vault at the moment, but maybe.
So we're coming to the end of our time together. I had an absolute delight speaking with you.
Thank you.
My last question is, will you and some of the cast, your boyfriend, will you guys be joining us this year at the film festival?
I'm going to be coming out. We're not sure if Michael's going to be able to swing it, but I'm definitely going to be coming out.
Okay.
And quite a few of the actors are going to be coming and bringing friends and family and stuff like that. I know Flavio will be there, and Matthias and Jaron and Neil, I'm pretty sure, is coming. And I think there's a good number of the actors who are going to be coming out for it and bringing friends and family. So I'm super excited to see them again because we miss them.
Cool, great. So we look forward to seeing you then. That is all the time that we have for right now. I really do appreciate you speaking with me. It was awesome.
Thank you.
For everybody watching, you can see First Rites on Saturday, March 29th at Block C T39 from 9 to 11:15, and it is playing at the Cranford Theater at our Cranford location. Once again, Marilyn, thank you so much. I had a blast talking to you, and I can't wait to see you at this year's festival.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks so much for your time.
Have a good one.
You too.